keep joining Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Sure.
Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Arvind Daksdas from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Daksh Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, please. Yes, go ahead, Prabhuji. Shubhakar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, this is Tukkakar Prasad from Chennai. Thank you very much, Padma Mataji, for allowing us to join the group. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to all Guru Maharaj, and all glories to all the ecstatic devotees in Japa Sangha. And wishing all a very happy Balaram Jayanti in advance for tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Sukkar Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining, Prabhu. Every day joining and lightning. Very beautiful Kirtana today also, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees on the call, and a happy Balaram Jayanti, who are all celebrating today. This is Anita Ramia from Sharjah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram
Hare
Jayanti.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all assembled devotees. Yashamati from Chicago, and happy Balaram Jayanti to all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharajas, and all glories to the assembled devotees. This is Tiffany in Pennsylvania. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Tiffany Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Balaram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. This is Pooja Arora.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. This is Kamodiki Dasi from Baltimore. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees, and happy Balaram Jayanti and Julan Yatra for all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamudiki Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Yash Prabhupada, very nice to see you. Wish you a happy Balaram Purnima. This is Preeti Vilasni Devi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shyamanduri Devidasi from Happy Balaram Purnima, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Shyam Gauri Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti to you too, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji. Dandavat pranams to you and all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. This is Lalitangi Radha Devidasi. Happy Balaram Purnima to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Lalitangi Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Happy Balaram Jayanti, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev, all glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Shiromani Nandarani Devidasi. Happy Balaram Purnima Mataji to everyone. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Shiromani Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from Lincoln. Wish you all a very, very happy Balaram Purnima Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Indulekha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Happy Balaram Jayanti Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Happy Balaram Jayanti, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, happy Balaram Purnima to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Happy Balaram Jayanti to all devotees. Let's move on to the next topic, which is today we are fortunate to have His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhu ji for enlightening us on the topic of glories of Lord Balarama on the occasion of Balaram Jayanti today. Before that, I would like to hand over this call to Tiffany Mataji for giving the brief introduction about Prabhuji today. Hare Krishna Mataji, please take over the call, Mataji. Hare
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. We are so very fortunate to have with us today on this very auspicious time for all devotees, His Grace, Kamal Lochan Prabhu. Kamal Lochan Prabhu was born in Mysore in a Madhva Brahmin family in 1973. He was brought up in Andhra Pradesh. I'm so sorry, I can't talk today. He was brought up in Andhra Pradesh in a very orthodox family where he developed a natural taste for inquiry into the mysteries of God's creation. In 1994, he passed out of the Marine Engineering Research Institute in Calcutta, and it is there, as a college cadet, he came in touch with the devotees of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He found all of his answers, his unanswered questions, were completely satisfied in the books of Srila Prabhupada. And as an engineering student, he studied Bhagavad Gita 5 times and mastered the Gaudiya Vaishnava Vedanta philosophy in a short period of 2 years, and was initiated by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He also is a visiting professor at MS University for Management and Social Work faculties. Prabhuji conducts seminars on personality development topics in educational and corporate sectors. His only concern is that the children and youth should understand the moral and spiritual values as enunciated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and he has dedicated his life to this cause. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, welcome to the call. So wonderful to have your association today. Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your time today and joining us and enlightening us in the topic of Balaram, Lord Balaram, glories of Lord Balaram. Please take over the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Om Gyatvinandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutalem Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utabadakamalam Shri Guran Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharide Nirvishesha Shunyavadi पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नीति नामिने श्रीमार्षभानवे देवी दयिताय कृपाब्धे कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिद श्रीगौरा करुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगाविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बारसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावराय ते गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवः सार्वभौमः श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते जयतां सुरतोर्पङ्गुर्मामन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो पृष्ट्वालविसेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षं वेणोस्वनेर्गोपीनाथः श्रियस्तु नः तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Today you are celebrating Balaram Jayanti, the appearance day of Balaram. Very interestingly, Srila Prabhupada spoke about Balaram and Krishna. He told Balaram is white Krishna and Krishna is black Balaram. In one sense, both are same. The only difference is in the color, and since there is difference in the color or the varna, there is difference in the mood. What is the basic fundamental difference between Krishna and Balaram in the mood? Krishna is Sevya Bhagavan, and Balaram is Sevak. He is Sevak Bhagavan. Both are Bhagavan, Bhagavat Swarupa, Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha. Krishna, he is enjoyer. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantirachati. Bhokta aham. I am the bhokta, I am the enjoyer. That's all. There is no other meaning out of it. I am the enjoyer. So Krishna is the enjoyer. So somebody should be there to give him enjoyment. Who can give enjoyment to Krishna other than Krishna himself? Nobody has the capacity to give enjoyment to Krishna other than Krishna himself. So Krishna expands himself as Balaram to give himself enjoyment. So that expansion of Krishna, the first expansion of Krishna is Balaram. He is the topmost person who can give enjoyment to Krishna. So the energies of Krishna, they expand. The first expansion of energy of Krishna, spiritual energy of Krishna, is Srimati Radharani. So what does she do? She gives enjoyment to Krishna. So in this way, you have Radharani giving enjoyment to Krishna, and we have Balaram giving enjoyment to Krishna. The direct expansion of Krishna and Balaram and the manifestation of energy of Krishna, internal energy of Krishna, is Srimati Radharani. So both are giving enjoyment, both are Guru Tattvas, both serve Krishna. But Balaram has some speciality. What is the speciality of Balaram? Balaram serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. That is one speciality of Balaram, which no other personality, whether in spiritual or material, even in the spiritual also, it may be direct expansion of Krishna or Radharani. Nobody has done or is competent or getting the seva of serving Krishna in all the 5 rasas. Yashoda serves Krishna in Vatsalya rasa. Radharani in Madhurya only. There is no Sakya, there is no Vatsalya in Radharani. For Krishna, it's only Sakya. It's only Madhurya. So every Parshad of Krishna, they all have a specific rasa in which they serve Krishna. But the speciality of Balaram, that he serves Krishna in all the rasas. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. 5 rasas are there. These 5 rasas, Balaram serves Krishna. How does he serve in the mood of Shanta rasa? We know Krishna is the personification of Chit Shakti of the Lord. Sat, Chit and Ananda. Srimati Radharani is Ananda and Chit is Vasudeva and Sat is Balaram. That's what Sat potency, Sandhini potency. The presiding deity of Sandhini potency is Balaram. So it is Balaram who expands himself into the entire spiritual world. So Adhara Shakti Namaha Adhara. For Krishna to do any pastime, he requires some substratum. What is that substratum? He himself in the form of Balaram. For sleeping, Krishna uses bed. Who is that bed? Balaram. Expansion of Balaram Ananta. Then Balaram expands into umbrella of the Lord. Balaram expands into the shoes of the Lord. Balaram expands as the entire building into the Lord stays in Vaikuntha. Balaram expands as entire Dhama. Every single aspect, substratum on which the Lord performed pastime is actually expansion of Balaram. And that is how the Lord is served by Balaram in Shantarasa. Shanta rasa is a very interesting, important rasa. That the dust of Vrindavan is serving Krishna in Shanta rasa. They're all expansions of Balaram. This temple, what is this temple? Is also expansion of Balaram because the Lord stays in the temple. Actually, any paraphernalia used in service of Krishna is Balaram's expansion. The Arti plate, the Mridanga, the Kartal, the Bhagavatam book stand, you name it, everything is nothing but the expansion of Balaram. To such an extent, when somebody gives you Kartal, your first obeisance is to Kartal. Or at least take the Kartal with your right hand, put it on your head. Because it is Balaram. When you stand in the temple, you just cannot lean onto the altar railings because that is Balaram. You cannot lean onto the wall in temple because that is Balaram. You go to temple to serve Balaram, not to take service from Balaram. So every aspect of the paraphernalia used in worship of the Lord is nothing but the expansion of Balaram. That is how Balaram serves Krishna in Shanta rasa. And not only he serves Krishna in Shanta rasa, of course his expansion is Ananta. So what is Ananta doing? With thousands and thousands of hoods, he is glorifying the Lord, glorifying Krishna. Unlimited qualities of Krishna are glorified by unlimited hoods of Ananta for an unlimited period of time, but still even one quality's description is not yet over. Just imagine how many qualities Krishna would have. Even Ananta is not able to measure the qualities of Krishna. Shanta. Then comes Dasya Rasa. How does Balaram serve Krishna in Dasya Rasa? Krishna, actually, Balaram always thinks that he is servant of Krishna. Though he is elder brother of Krishna, he himself thinks I am servant of Krishna. And he serves Krishna. Sometimes massaging the feet of Krishna. Sometimes bringing something for serving Krishna. Oh, he must be very tired, so let me go and do some all the work for him. In this way, Balaram is always constantly engaged in serving Krishna. He brings sometimes water to Yashoda. And say when Yashoda is bathing Krishna, he brings water and he keeps. That is how Balaram becomes the original Guru Tattva, because Guru is teaching us how to serve Krishna. All the Gurus are representatives of Balaram because they are guided by Balaram. Any Guru who is giving instruction to us should be considered as a manifestation of Balaram in front of us. Balaram's powers. Actually, his name is Bala plus Rama. Why his name is Bala plus Rama? Because by his presence, everybody gets some strength. It is because of Balaram's strength that we are able to do some work. So that is why it's called Bala. Bala Rama. One is Bala, other is Rama. Why is that he's called Bala? Because he's a source of all spiritual strength. Any spiritual activity, chanting, glorifying the Lord, hearing Bhagavatam, speaking Bhagavatam, all these things are happening because of spiritual strength. You may think, so many people are having strength. Why is it that only by Balaram's mercy, we can do devotion. Yes, true. Sometimes people challenge us, telling that, oh, you Hare Krishnas, what is a big thing in chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? What is a big thing? You go and ask a person, okay, why did you come and chant? He says, no, I have to go and work. We say, okay, if you take a leave today, how much are you going to cut his salary? Say, oh, my pay will not be there this today because I every day earn 1,500 rupees. Then you say, okay, I'll give you 3,000 rupees this day. That means you're going to get 1,500 more. Why don't you sit in one corner and then chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 8 hours, because it's 8 years, you got 8 hours duty. So I'm going to give you 8 hours of time, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then see. He cannot. For 1,500 rupees a day, he is willing to slog for 9-10 hours a day. But if you ask him to sit at one place and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 8 hours, impossible for him to do. Why? Because it doesn't have spiritual strength, which is coming from Balaram. So it is Balaram's mercy we get Bala. And that Bala flows through whom? The spiritual master, who has received the mercy of Balaram. Bala plus Rama. Name itself is so wonderful. Bala plus Rama. Why is it so? What is the meaning of Rama? Rama means one who gives pleasure. So Balaram not only gives spiritual strength, but also gives spiritual pleasure. Special spiritual pleasure person. Anybody comes in contact with Balaram or Guru. That is why when we feel a little bit depressed or not so enthusiastic in preaching, just have a call with your spiritual master or come in contact with spiritual master. Immediately become very energetic and immediately become very excited to do something very wonderful. So that is how Balaram is source of strength as well as Ananda, the source of Ananda. Balaram. We discussed about how Balaram serves Krishna in Shantaras and in Dasaras. Now, let us talk about how Balaram serves Krishna in Sakhyarasa. Sorry, Sakhyarasa is a friend. So, Krishna and Balaram are going in the forest. It is actually the day of Gopashtami. Why was Krishna allowed to take the cows? First day, Kartika. Kartik Pantan, the day of Gopashtami, the first day where Krishna took the cows for grazing. So Krishna, right from about year and a half or so, he was very much adamant. I want to take cows. I want to take cows. Everybody would agree, but Yashoda would not agree. Yashoda would tell that I will not send you with the cows because you are so nutcut that you are going to go deep in the forest and go here and there. You'll fall in Yamuna. No way, I will not send you. So now for the cows to grow, Yashoda is saying, no, you cannot. Krishna is very adamant. The day came, Gopashtami day came, a day before that. Krishna just took a vow that I am not going to listen to anyone. I am going to take the cows for grazing. Yashoda, she is also adamant. It is actually Balaram who is so who is so wonderful. Just by looking at him, everyone becomes peaceful. Actually, wherever Krishna goes, he gives trouble. All the Brajavasis, they are fed up with Krishna. So once they are so fed up with Krishna that they all had a meeting, and then they are now today we are going to make sure that Krishna is beaten by her mother. They all came with a big complaint. They are approaching house of Yashoda Mata, and from that house, Balaram came out, and they saw the face of Balaram. All these 10 gopis were there together. They thought today are going to tie Krishna and beat him like anything in front of his mother only. Then what did Balaram do? Balaram, he went to Yashoda. He told Yashoda, okay, I am there. I'll take care. So these gopis, they would see Balaram and they lose all their frustration against Krishna. They become so happy and then come back. That is the nature of Balaram. That just by looking at him, all the gopis would be so happy and satisfied. And Krishna also became very good, wonderful. Because on that day, all the gopis had made up their mind to get Krishna beaten by Yashoda. They were so angry, so frustrated with Krishna. But just by looking in the face of Balaram, all their anger went away and they thought, what is the use of going to Yashoda and complaining? No, let's go back. It used to happen, this thing used to happen quite often. So one day they came and complained to Yashoda. It was a day when Balaram did not come in front of them. In this way, Balarama always give pleasures. Not only that, Balaram is Sankarshana. Why is he called Sankarshana? Because he kept both Vamshas together. Yadu Vamsha, Vrishti Vamsha together. Because he was son of Vasudeva. And then here, Yadu, the Nanda Maharaj, Mother Rohini Mata stayed with Nanda Maharaj. So in this way, the close connection between the two families, that is the Vrishnis and the Yadus. So the connection was so strong because of Balaram. So that is what Guru does. He keeps his disciples together and make them serve Krishna together. Keeping them together, that is called Sankarshana. Now coming back to our story here, as soon as Balaram entered the place Yashoda, she was very angry with Krishna and she was so stubborn. As soon as Yashoda saw Krishna became Balaram, she became so happy and satisfied. She made Balaram come, beta come. Balaram looked at the face of Yashoda and told Yashoda, my dear mother, you are afraid now Krishna would do something, some mischief and deforest, something will happen to him. And no, she told, no, I am not very afraid about anything. He is so mischievous, he'll go to Yamuna and jump in Yamuna. Oh, that is he's very mischievous. When Balaram told that I'll take care of him. Please send him. Yashoda got convinced and she called Krishna and told Krishna, tomorrow Ashtami, you can go take care of cows. Krishna became very happy. Then Yashoda told, wait, on one condition. You should hear what Balaram says. If one complaint if I get from Balaram, gone. That is the last day. Not even taking care of calves also, you will be locked in the house. Then Krishna said, okay, whatever Balaram says, I'll do. Whatever Balaram says, I'll do. So in this way, it is because of Balaram faith in Balaram that Yashoda, she sent Krishna to take care of calves and take care of the cows, which requires that they should go to the deep forest. One day Balaram did not go. It was Balaram Jayanti. Balaram Jayanti. This day, and Krishna was so happy. You know why? Because every day when he used to go with Balaram, there's a fear. Balaram is there. He may say something. So Krishna wanted to do a lot of mischief, but it was not possible because Balaram is having an eye on Krishna. Seeing Krishna eye, you discipline him. Just imagine, in one day it so happens mother, father not at home, only children are there, because they're so happy. They can jump, dance, throw the pillow on each other, beat each other. They can just do anything. And by the time the parents come, it is a havoc. So when Balaram is not there, Krishna is so happy. All the cowherd boys, they thought, okay, now we are free, you can do anything, jump there, go here, climb up and do all this. So they all went. On the day of Balaram Jayanti, what happened? Brahma Vimon Lila happened. All the cowherd boys were stolen by Brahma. Of course, what cowherd boys stole were only the cowherd boys, duplicate cowherd boys made by the Maya Shakti, the Lord. So just imagine, one day Balaram did not go along with Krishna. All the cowherd boys were lost in one sense. So this is Balaram Jayanti, where on this day Agasura pastime happened, Brahma Vimon happened, and in the next Balaram Jayanti, same day, another pastime happened. That is Brahma, he begging forgiveness from Krishna for his misdeed of separating the cowherd boys from Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you're muted. We can't hear you anymore.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Pagadi would happen, police store would happen. All these things would happen. In that, Balaram always wins and Krishna would lose. Sometimes Krishna would make, Balaram would make Krishna sleep on his lap. Sometimes he would massage the feet of Krishna. Sometimes in Dasya Rasa. All of a sudden, Sakrasa will come and then they would play with Krishna. Balaram sometimes would take the form of elderly Yashoda and say, hey, come, let's go. Balaram's affection for Krishna is so much that when Krishna was tied to Okal, somebody informed Balaram that, you know what happened? Big trees fell down. Krishna made them fall down. And why? Because Krishna was tied to Okal. How dare anybody tie my brother to Okal? Who is that person who tied? Immediately start roaring and coming towards his house where Krishna was tied by Okal. By the time he came, he saw the two Emanarjan vrikshas have fallen down and Krishna was freed from the Okal. But still he was roaring and saying, who tied Krishna? Then somebody came and told him the ears of Balaram, Yashoda. Then immediately Balaram became very passive and went away. because Yashoda can do anything, but anybody else would have been there at that time who had tied Krishna to the vocal, churning motor, then would have gone by the worth of Balaram. So this is how Balaram is so eager and intense to serve Krishna. So then Balaram has to serve Krishna in Madhurya Rasa also. How will he serve Krishna in Madhurya Rasa? He has a male body. So for that, he gives up his male body and takes a form, a female form called Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari, she is the sister of Srimati Radharani. Ananga Manjari is the sister of Srimati Radharani. This Ananga Manjari is a very special personality. Balaram and Ananga Manjari, both are same. To serve Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. Ananga Manjari, she serves Radha Krishna in such an intimate pastime that even most confidential personalities, confidential of personalities are not allowed. Actually, Rupa Goswami and Ananga Manjari, they are all very dear to Srimati Radharani. They are Upamanjaris doing some very confidential service in one kunja called Swananda Sukada Kunj. Swananda Sukada Kunj is exactly in the middle of Radha Kund, in the Kankan Kund. So this Ananga Manjari form is described in very confidential literatures. Sometime else we can talk about Ananga Manjari. But we should know that Balaram is Balaram expands into Ananga Manjari in the form of Ananga Manjari to serve Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. So there is Shakti and Shaktiman. So Ananga Manjari, she is actually the Shakti of Nityananda, who is non-different from Balaram. So Ananga Manjari Tattva is already there in the scriptures and the way she serves Radha and Krishna. There's a beautiful book called Ananga Manjari Samputika, in which her pastimes with Krishna, her glories, her form, all these things are wonderfully described in a book called Ananga Manjari Samputika, written by great Gaudiya Acharya known as Srila Ramachandra Goswami. So this Ananga Manjari is a very unique and a special form of Balaram. Now, after discussing about how Balaram serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas, we'll go into understanding of Balaram pastimes. Balaram, two demons in Rajlila were killed by Balaram. Dhenukasura and Pralambasura, two demons were killed. Why Krishna did not kill Dhenukasura? Why Krishna did not kill Pralambasura? The reason is very simple. Two reasons. From the point of view Leela, the reason why Krishna did not kill Pralambasura and Dhenukasura is because they have their lineage coming from whom? Coming from Bali Maharaj. So Krishna told anybody coming in your lineage will not be killed. That is why they were saved. They were not directly killed by Krishna. But of course, there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. But Balaram had to kill them. Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. From the Leela point of view, this is one reason. The actual reason is this. Every demon killed by Krishna in Vraja Leela, they represent one or the other anartha in our consciousness. One anartha or the other anartha is represented in our mind, in our consciousness. So by hearing the story of how Krishna kills a particular demon, that particular anartha representing that demon is destroyed. Krishna enters our heart and he kicks away that anartha and destroys that anartha. When you hear how Krishna killed that particular demon, Krishna killing Putana, if you hear about the past time, then you can kick out the anartha in our heart. That is accepting false guru, which is external. False gurus many, and internal mind. Mind is a false guru. Now, if somebody hears about how Krishna killed Trinavarta, then the pride, which is actually represented by Trinavarta, Krishna killed him, then Krishna enters the heart of a devotee who hears the pastime of Krishna killing Trinavarta, and it destroys the pride in the heart. And in the same way, Krishna killed so many demons, and these two anarthas, these two demons, Pralambasura and Dhenukasura, represent something, two of the anarthas. One is Dehatma Buddhi, identifying oneself with the body. Number two is Pralambasura. He represents which anartha? Attraction to the opposite sex. Is anartha represented by Pralambasura. These two anarthas, Krishna will not destroy. Only Guru will destroy. Only Balaram will destroy. So there may be people who are worshipping Krishna for hundreds and hundreds of years, hundreds of lifetimes. But if they are not surrendered to Guru, there will be devotees of Krishna, but without giving up Dehatma Buddhi. Without giving up Dehatma Buddhi, they go on serving Krishna. They go on becoming more and more attached. They are devotees, but they are not taking shelter of Guru. That is why they will never become serious devotees. They continue their material existence in spite of all their devotion because they are not surrendered to Guru. That is why Krishna, he made Balaram kill Pralambasura and Dhenukasura. It is only by surrendering ourselves to the spiritual master that we can overcome this anartha of attraction to the opposite sex and Dehatma Buddhi, considering our body to be soul. It's called Dehatma Buddhi. Now, Balaram is original Guru, Adi Guru. But we all know that there are many kinds of Guru. Which Guru is Balaram? Is he Siksha Guru? Is he Diksha Guru? Which Guru is he? He is Diksha Guru. What does Diksha Guru do? Diksha Guru connects our relationship with Krishna. This is how Balaram connects our relationship with Krishna. He is our Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. So whenever we see our spiritual master, we should actually meditate that how he is representing Balaram for us. Whatever he says is actually what Balaram wants to say to us. That is what our spiritual master says. So these two pastimes of Pralambasura and Dhenukasura are very important pastimes. In spite of all these extraordinary powers of Balaram, he's so humble, Balaram. He went on a pilgrimage. He did not participate in the Kurukshetra war. Interestingly, nobody notices this thing. All this, where is Balaram in Kurukshetra war? It's not there. Why? Because he wants to teach a lesson to all the people in this world. Actually, Balaram disciple is Duryodhana. Duryodhana is Balaram's disciple. To such an extent, he wanted to give Subhadra, his own sister, to Duryodhana. He had some affection for her. But when he saw Duryodhana, he committed Vaishnava offense, Vaishnava Parad. All his dushtata, Balaram neglected. But when he saw that my son, my disciple is committing Vaishnava Parad, then he washed off his hands. A disciple may commit any offenses, but Guru will tolerate, be merciful, and then accept him. But one thing, Balaram and our spiritual master will not tolerate a Vaishnava Parad. Offenses. When he saw Duryodhana was committing offenses to Pandavas, then he thought the last day, now over. Let me wash off my hands. Guru washes off his hands. He is committing Vaishnava Parad. Goes further. He goes on a pilgrimage, Balaram. When he goes to pilgrimage, he sees that from far in Naimisharanya, Lomaharshana Sutta, he was giving class, and when Balaram entered, everybody stood up. But this Lomaharshana did not stand up. Actually, there's a rule, but if you are speaking scriptures, Bhagavatam from Vyasasana, you don't have to get up if somebody comes. But your own spiritual master comes, that rule doesn't apply. You have to get up. So Balaram is Adi Guru. When he came, what happened? Everybody stood up, but Lomaharshana Sutta, he did not stand up. He was cursed. Then he was cursed. He took just a small tin cup made of grass and threw it. Lomaharshana Sutta died. Lomaharshana Sutta did not get up when Balaram came. So on the Vyasas only was killed. And now the sages told what to do. Now who is going to speak Bhagavatam to us, scriptures to us, Puranas to us? Lomaharshana Sutta's son is Sutta Goswami, who is the speaker of Bhagavatam here. He was appointed by Balaram to be the next speaker of the Puranas. Then they all told, the sages told that now you have killed a person sitting in the Vyasasana, then you had to go for pilgrimage. Also, they asked one more boon, that there's one demon who was killing us, who is giving a lot of trouble to us. His name is Balwal. Kill him. Balaram killed this demon called Balwal. Even till today, if you go from down to Delhi, there's one station called Balwal. Origin, he was named after this demoniac person, Balwal, was killed by Balaram. Balaram went to all the pilgrimage places. So many, list is already given. So many pilgrim places he goes. Except Jagannath Puri. So what is the reason why Balaram did not go to Jagannath Puri? Because there he knew that he is worshipped by people where he's sitting on the same platform of Krishna. He could not see himself being sitting on that same platform. His Lord, Krishna. How can I and Krishna be on the same platform? He felt so humility. He manifested Dasya Rasa there. Oh, he is my Lord. I am just a servant. And there in Jagannath Puri, we are on the same platform. People are serving me and him together on the same platform. No. I cannot accept this. In this way, Balaram is showing highest degree of power, influence, everything. At the same time, he's expressing his humility. That is why Balaram Tattva, Guru Tattva, very difficult to understand. Sometimes they are very heavy, very strong. At the same time, they're very humble. And the great personalities, both contradictory qualities simultaneously exist. This is how Balaram glories we discussed today. And we should pray to Balaram to give us spiritual strength. And not only that, to instill faith on our spiritual master and consider him that he is the representative of Balaram. Whatever Balaram wants to say to us is spoken, he speaks to us through our spiritual master, who is a representative of Balaram. So that kind of buddhi, that kind of intelligence should be given by Balaram himself. So with that prayer, we stop for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So wonderfully described all the pastimes and all the glories of Balaram so nicely. And that he is the only one who, Balaram is the only person who serves Lord in all the five rasas. And Sevakana, thank you so much, Prabhu. Do you have time for questions, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sure. Please, devotees, if you have it, Lalitangi Mataji has raised the hand. Please, Mataji, go ahead and ask your question, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We don't know what fortune it is to hear on this day from you about the glories of Lord Balaram. I'm very, very grateful for your association and so many instructions and pastimes. So, Prabhuji, I wanted to ask this question about pastime of Balaram and river Yamuna. So Yamuna Devi refused to come when Balaram asked her to come, thinking that he was in a drunk state. So I couldn't understand this interaction, both being devotees. So is there any reason behind this, that why Yamuna Devi did not come when Balaram called her?
Yes. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Balaram and Yamuna, though it is said Yamuna, it was a small tributary of Yamuna who is actually a personality who is not actually Yamuna. It is a tributary of Yamuna, or Kalindi, you may say, and also not the same gopi or the same set of gopis with Krishna who does pastime with Krishna. Balaram had a separate set of gopis with whom he did ras, and also at the same time Balaram, when he pulled Yamuna river, it is not the Yamuna Devi who is Patrani of Krishna. As much as Balaram did Ras Leela, but Balaram Ras Leela was with a separate set of gopis. In Ram Ghat, this pastime happened. So that is where Yamuna flows in a very unique direction, comes all the way here and goes back. He pulled. So this pastime, there the acharyas described that it was a different personality, not the same Yamuna Devi, because Balaram would not do anything, any mischief, or and not engage in some conjugal pastime with the same gopi.
Prabhu, your voice got muted, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I see that you got muted, Prabhu, maybe accidentally. Cannot hear you.
Yeah, it is a different. She is a different personality. That is what essentially we can say.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and we request your blessings so that we can meditate on the devotees and request the blessings of Balaram and our Vaishnava Aparadh, whatever we have committed, be forgiven, and we can rise up to the platform of doing service without Aparadh. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, we stop here because I got another class now. So I'm very sorry I cannot take further questions.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your wonderful class and wonderful pastimes, Prabhu. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha bhaktanam pavanebhyo vaishnavesho namo namah. Gandha Srimad Balaram Prabhupada ki jai. His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhu ji ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
God
Krishna.
bless us, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe
Prabhu is here.
Radhe.
All
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
What a beautiful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
No nectar this mid-morning. Keep it up, Sundari Mataji, on Balaram Purnima. So see you all then.
Hare Krishna.